If you're over 70 and someone just told you your blood pressure is perfect at 120/80, you might want to pause for a second. Because what I'm about to show you could completely change how you think about blood pressure for the rest of your life. There's a growing body of research suggesting something surprising. In older adults, pushing blood pressure too low might not protect you. In some cases, it may actually increase your risk of serious harm. And I'm not talking about small risks. I'm talking about falls, hospitalizations, and even higher mortality. So in the next few minutes, I'll break down the blood pressure range linked to longer life after 70, why the standard lower is better rule doesn't always apply anymore, and a simple check you can do at home that could prevent a dangerous fall. Before we get into it, I want you to do something simple. Drop your age in the comments. Just your age, nothing else. And if you've ever felt dizzy when standing up, add the word dizzy. That one detail matters more than you might think. Let's start with something that happens every day. A 78-year-old goes in for a routine checkup. Their blood pressure reads 145/86. The doctor looks at the chart, sees that it's above the standard target, and decides to lower it. One medication is prescribed, then maybe another. A few months later, the numbers look great, 124/78. Everything seems like a success. But here's what often gets missed. That same person stands up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and their blood pressure suddenly drops, fast, from 124/78 down to something like 90/60. Their brain isn't getting enough blood flow. The room spins, balance is lost, and just like that, the conversation shifts from good numbers to a fall, a fracture, and a long recovery. Sometimes it never fully recovers. Now, here's the part that challenges what most people believe. For years, we've been told that lower blood pressure is always better, and for younger and middle-aged adults, that's largely true. Lowering high blood pressure early in life clearly reduces the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and kidney disease. But after around age 75, the story changes. Recent research following thousands of older adults found that people with slightly higher blood pressure, especially systolic readings in the 130 to 145 range, actually lived longer than those with very low numbers. They also had fewer falls, fewer fractures, and better overall function. Meanwhile, those with ideal readings below 120 were more likely to experience dizziness, fainting, kidney problems, and higher mortality. So the question becomes, why? The answer lies in how the body changes with age. First, arteries become stiffer. When you're young, your blood vessels are flexible. They absorb pressure easily, but over time, they lose that flexibility. This means your body often needs slightly higher pressure just to maintain proper blood flow, especially to the brain when you're standing. Second, your body's pressure sensors slow down. These sensors normally react instantly when you stand up, keeping your blood pressure stable, but as you age, they respond more slowly. So if your baseline pressure is already low, your body may not adjust quickly enough. That's when you feel lightheaded or unsteady. Third, medications behave differently. Your body doesn't process drugs as efficiently as it did decades ago, so a dose that works perfectly for a 50-year-old might be too strong for someone in their late 70s or 80s. The effect lasts longer. The drop in pressure can be stronger. Now let's talk about something practical you can do tonight. There's a simple test that can reveal whether your blood pressure might be dropping too much. It takes about 3 minutes. Here's how it works. Lie down and rest for 5 minutes. Then measure your blood pressure. Next, stand up and measure it immediately. Compare the numbers. If your top number drops by more than 20 points or your bottom number drops by more than 10, that's a warning sign. It means your body may not be maintaining stable pressure when you stand, and that puts you at higher risk for falls. For example, imagine your reading while lying down is 125/78. That looks great, but when you stand, it drops to 98/64. That's a significant drop. Even if you feel fine most of the time, your brain is getting less blood when you're upright, and that's when problems happen. So what should your target actually be? There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but research gives us some useful ranges. For people between 65 and 74, a systolic pressure around 130 to 145 is often reasonable. For those between 75 and 84, a slightly higher range, around 135 to 145, may be more appropriate. And for those over 85, or for anyone who is frail, 140 to 150 may be safer. The goal shifts from aggressively lowering numbers to maintaining stability and preventing complications. Now here's something important. Two people can be the same age with the same blood pressure and need completely different approaches. One might have multiple health conditions, limited mobility, and higher fall risk. Another might be active, independent, and otherwise healthy. Same number, different situation. That's why treatment should be individualized, not based on a single target. If you're over 70, here are a few simple steps you can take starting now. Track your blood pressure at home for a couple of weeks, morning and evening. Do the standing test we talked about. Pay attention to how you feel. Dizziness, fatigue, or brain fog matter. And most importantly, have a real conversation with your doctor. Not just, is my number good, but what target makes sense for me? Here's the bottom line. Blood pressure management after 70 is not about chasing the lowest possible number. It's about balance. Too high increases cardiovascular risk. Too low increases fall risk and other complications. The safest range is often somewhere in the middle. If this gave you a clearer picture, comment informed. And if you know someone over 65, share this with them. It could genuinely help them avoid a serious problem. In the next video, I'll break down which supplements actually help support healthy blood pressure and which ones are just hype. Disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your treatment or medications.